You don't really expect your world to change because of a dog, especially not in a one-bedroom apartment where the walls feel closer every day. I wasn't planning to adopt him, not that day, not that way. But there he was, a goldendoodle with eyes that looked like forgiveness wrapped in fur. The lady at the shelter said his name was Milo. I called him Grace in my heart, because that's what he really was. Undeserved love with muddy paws. The first few days were perfect. Until the smell began. Neighbors started to whisper. The hallway filled with complaints about someone's dog leaving odors behind. I scrubbed, sprayed, apologized. But nothing seemed to stop the accidents. I began to wonder if maybe I wasn't meant for this. For love, for responsibility, for second chances. Because that's what dogs do to you. They hold up a mirror to the parts of yourself you've been avoiding. He wasn't a bad dog. He was just confused. And maybe, so was I. You see, trauma does that. It makes you unpredictable. You hold things in too long, and then accidents happen. Emotional ones. Spiritual ones. Milo was acting out the same chaos I was carrying inside. Fade to soft instrumental reflective guitar. One night, after another neighbor complaint slipped under my door, I sat on the couch with Milo beside me. He looked up at me, not with guilt, but with empathy. It was like he knew I was the one who needed training, not him. That's when I remembered something I'd once read, that dogs don't fail because they're stubborn. They fail because they can't predict what's coming next. They need patterns, not punishment. Structure, not shouting. Trust, not tension. And isn't that what God offers us too? Not random bursts of grace when we happen to deserve it, but a system of mercy that shows up again and again until we finally believe we're safe. That night I made a promise, not just to train my dog, but to retrain my heart. I built what I called the 3 zones of grace, a new rhythm for both of us to live by. Zone 1 became our rest zone, a sacred corner where peace lived. No anxiety, no accidents, just calm. Zone 2 became our activity zone, the living space where love was allowed to move freely, without fear of punishment. And Zone 3, the relief zone, the place of release, the place where letting go was not shameful, but sacred. Each morning I set a timer. Every few hours, we'd move together, from rest to play to release, a cycle, a rhythm, like prayer. And something beautiful began to happen. The accidents stopped. The odors vanished. But more than that, the tension between us dissolved. Milo began to trust me. And I began to trust myself again. Music rises. Emotional strings. I realized that healing isn't a one-time miracle. It's a structure of grace you practice every day. Just like my dog needed predictability, my soul needed consistency. A rhythm of forgiveness, a daily walk with the one who never tires of my learning curve. Because maybe the whole time, it wasn't my dog who needed house training. Maybe it was me who needed heart training. I stopped seeing the 3-zone system as just a potty routine. It became a metaphor for life. Rest in God. Move in love. Release what you can't hold anymore. 14 days later, we hadn't had a single accident. The building manager knocked, not with a complaint, but a smile. He said, "Whatever you're doing, keep it up." And I thought, that's what grace does. It doesn't erase the past. It transforms it into testimony. Milo's tail wagged. My heart softened. And for the first time in years, my apartment felt like home. So if your dog's accidents are testing your patience, or life's messes are testing your faith, remember this. The problem isn't randomness. It's rhythm. Create your zones. Set your timers. Learn the sacred pattern of rest, love, and release. Because healing, whether in dogs or humans, always starts when you stop reacting and start retraining with compassion. This was the day my dog almost got me kicked out of my apartment. But instead, he trained me how to stay. And together, we found our forever friendship.